Imagine a movie so wild, so campy, so outrageous that it shouldn't work at all, but somehow it still does. That's the Toxic Avenger, and I couldn't stop laughing. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Troy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to review The Toxic Avenger, a movie that was actually filmed in 2023 but had its wide release this year, just this past weekend. And this movie is absolutely insane, but in the best way. If you would have told me walking out of the theater that I'd want more of the slimy, gross hero, I would have called you crazy. But I need more Toxie after seeing The Toxic Avenger. It really surprised me in how fun it was. What I really enjoy about the movie is that it does not take itself seriously whatsoever. It knows that it's over the top, it knows it's absurd, and it just leans into that. It's very self-aware. You could tell this cast really enjoyed working together and making this film. I think when these sort of films don't work, it's because the cast can be really rigid, can not really know how to let loose and have fun. But Peter Dinklage, Kevin Bacon, Matthew Wood, they have no problem doing that, and they just lean all the way in, and what you get is this absurdity of a fun film, which I really enjoy because not every movie needs to be serious. Not every movie has to have this incredible moving tone. I think that's why it works so well and why I really enjoyed it. This seems to be my summer of leaning into those films because I really liked The Naked Gun. I really liked Primitive War, two other films that are really absurd and funny and over the top. This film is the same way. It's kind of a combination of both because, again, it's so funny. There's a lot of funny parts of this film. My favorite thing in these sort of films is when the background actors are just chirping in from behind the scenes. You can just hear them, you can't see them. Their commentary on what's playing out. Stupid funny, but it works so well for me, and I just really love that. The violence is over the top brutal, and I knew some of that by watching the trailer. It's unrated for a reason, but they do not give away everything in the trailer, which I'm thankful for, because I think in a lot of cases when they're really trying to sell this movie, they put the best parts in the trailer, but they saved some for the movie itself. I'm glad they did because it caught me by surprise. But again, just how over the top it was. I mean, eyeballs popping out, arms ripped off, brains being exposed. It really leans into that. It was so good, so brutal. And I think if you're really into that sort of thing, you're really going to walk away from this enjoying it. One specific moment, and we see this in the trailer, but the full scene is really good, is when we see Toxie, or the Toxic Avenger, his real name is Winston, played by Peter Dinklage, go into a fast food restaurant and just rip absolute mayhem on these people who are holding staff and patrons hostage. Now, leading up to the scene, there's a really funny bit by the news anchor and by the group themselves, who are upset that this restaurant was turned from a male restaurant to a female restaurant. Instead of Mr., it's Miss now, and they're really upset about it. And just the news anchor is kind of an older guy who kind of chirps and almost sides with them, and him and the female anchor, their banter back and forth is really funny. Just small details like that are throughout the film that I really enjoyed. But the absurdity of that moment of him just ripping through these guys is just absolutely incredible. He takes his mop, his toxic mop, and cuts it across the guy's face where his literally teeth and blood's everywhere. There's another sequence in where he literally grabs up this guy's butt and rips out his intestines. Again, the movie does not shy away from leaning into the craziness of it. And that's just one example of a few other scenes in this movie where it's just absolutely over the top bloody. I really also enjoyed the practical effects in this movie. Obviously all the blood and all that sort of stuff is CGI, and they saved all that CGI budget for those moments, you could tell. But I just enjoyed the practicalness of the costume of Toxie's look. It looked really good. You could tell they really used practical effects on that. And really the set design too is really unique. There's a lot of really fun gags on newspaper clippings and TV shows and signage in the neighborhoods. And so it was really fun details like that. Again, that just made the film so self-aware of what it was and what it was not trying to be, and why it worked so well. It really does have big cult following energy from this. You know, there's a lot of cult classic films out there over the years. I think this is going to be one of them based off a lot of these details, where this movie is going to have a big cult following from people who go see it and people who stumble upon it in years ahead. It's just so fun and it really enjoyable in that way. And so I think down the line, there's gonna be a lot of people talking about this movie and rewatching it over and over, because the rewatchability of it is really, it's there because of just how absurd it is. And it's just really a sit back, have fun, laugh, enjoy type of movie. But if I'm honest, this movie is not going to work for a lot of people. If you are not into the absurdity, over top campiness of filmmaking, you're not gonna like this movie. There is no heartfelt plot to move forward. There is no thrilling aspect of it. There's no details in terms of what the structure is of the movie. And so if that's what you're looking for, I don't think you're really going to enjoy this. So I can see some audience reaction being a little bit split on it, because if you're not used to seeing something completely absurd, completely over the top, then you're probably not going to like this. It definitely takes a mind shift. And so I would definitely recommend seeing a full trailer before seeing this movie to think if you're gonna jive with it or not, because again, it's not gonna be for everybody, but that's okay. I walked out of this just surprised on how much I enjoyed it. Again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I need more Toxie. I don't know if there's any plans to make more of these films in the future. I know this was a remake of a old movie that came out in the 80s, and so if the response is there, maybe they can muster up the budget to get a sequel there. Legendary Pictures really picked this up and pushed it out into a wider release. And so maybe if they see some good response from fans, I don't think it's going to make a ton of money at the box office, but again, I think this could be a strong cult following film. And there isn't any sequel set up in any way. There is a really fun post-credit scene where it looks like they really make fun of the superhero genre with like DC, Marvel, and how the post-credit scenes definitely set up something in the future where they start to show that with a previous character. They cut away quick and they just literally end the movie with Toxie making a grilled cheese and trying to telling the audience how to make the perfect grilled cheese. And so I definitely hope there's more in the future for this character, because I would eat it up. Again, I love this. I'd eat it up. We need more of him going forward. We need to explore more of this character. I think the potential is there for more stories for him. Some of the cast I want to shout out in particular are obviously Peter Dinklage and Kevin Bacon, but also Taylor Page. Her character was really fun too. She plays a really important part of the movie as being somebody who's trying to take down BTH, this health company who is polluting the earth and causing problems. And her character was really good. She was really fun. Her and Peter's interactions were really good, especially when he becomes Toxie. They have a really good chemistry back and forth with each other. And then Kevin Bacon is just hilarious in his role as the CEO of BTH. Again, you can tell he just really leaned into it, ate it up. You can tell he's just really enjoying the movie and being able to have fun with it in this role. And so those three were definitely the standout of the film. If you have any interest at all in maybe seeing the Toxic Avenger, I would encourage you to do so. Again, look up a trailer, watch that. It definitely gives you a feel for how the movie's going to be. And if you think that you can ride with it, do so, because I think you'll enjoy it and have fun along the way. But if you saw the Toxic Avenger, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you saw the original, let me know your thoughts too. I'm curious to know, is that a worthwhile watch too? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that too. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more content, guys, and thanks for tuning in.